The technical question was done by the first guy. So when he asked me what kind of experience do you have in like computer programming, I said SQL and stuff. So and he asked me what does the insert command do, what does select command does, like basic stuff, like really basic stuff. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I mean, that's so super cool. So once your interview was done, they said in 2 hours they're gonna.
Yeah. So another thing was I think the last questions which I asked were important. I think people tend to ignore that. So I think if you research a bit about the company you're going to and ask questions which are relative to the company specifically, not the generic ones like project you're working on, specific questions, I think they get impressed with that. And I think that's also I feel that's also like.
You ask them.
So what I asked them was, what's your working environment like? So does your business process allow creative freedom, or is it like a very process based and you just do this and this? There is no creative freedom. So they told me no, there are creative freedom there, this and that. There are obviously options for using your creativity and stuff like that. So the next question I asked was, what kind of managerial style are you? What kind of manager are you? I'd asked to the manager. Are you a hands-on manager who will come to me and work with me, or are you someone who will just overlook the whole situation and that's it? So yeah, he answers me that. And also lastly I asked like what kind of tools am I going to use if I get the job. So he told me you can use Tableau, Power BI and all those stuff, whatever tools I'm going to use.
Got it. And do you think the tool, did anybody ask you anything about the tool specific question? Or
yeah, so they asked me what do you know about data visualization. So I said I worked in Tableau a bit, and I've Tableau in my previous companies, but I have some experience in Power BI, but it's all in class. I didn't do anything work-wise in Power BI. So yeah, that's it. And Excel and obviously PowerPoint, that's the basic things.
Right. Okay. And did you prepare, like when you said like prepare for the company? What kind of prep? Did you do any other preparation other than just researching the company?
I think researching the company. Obviously, I took a look since it was a business analyst. I took a look back at my SQL queries and how SQL queries. Took a look back at the C# and Java, because those are the things in my CV. So they might ask. You never know. So I knew they weren't going to go deep into that. So I just took the basic stuff.
Yeah.
And then took the SQL a bit, and then obviously get all my stories in a structured manner. That was important. And I spent a lot of time in the FedEx website because I wanted to ask the right questions, because I felt that was really important. Yeah, that's what I did.
Awesome. I think this is super helpful. What kind of skills do you think is required for the role which you just applied?
So I think the biggest skill is required is you have to be from a technical domain preferably, and you have to know how to speak the technical fashion to a layman.
Right.
So
that's basically be a bridge between
technical and so that's the basic goal of a business analyst. And secondly, I think it's all about telling a story. The most important thing about business analyst interview is telling a story. And like I think most students who come here are from a technical background. So I think if anyone is from software engineering been a whole life, they can be a business analyst. Right. They have to structure their CV in a manner that would show much more how they affected the business, rather than I have taken this technical skill. Yeah. That's about it. And those keywords thing, like whatever is in the job description, try to get those in your CV. That way you can get a call, because once you get a call, it's on you.
Right. And do you have any pointers for resume? Like you said, how software developers can switch their resume. Like what kind of switching are you talking about?
Yeah. So when I say switching, so first of all, I think it's important to keep the resume in one page.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, because I had a 5-page resume.
Yeah.
Like it was everywhere. So So if you keep it in one page, and the important thing is when you say you're applying for a software developer post, say software engineering post. Now your last company's profile was some analyst, but you were a developer, but it named some analyst.
Yeah.
You won't get that job. You won't get that call, because they won't find the keyword. Right. So you have to change the name of that your previous company's position name to software engineer or software developer, so that at least they match the keyword and you get a call.
Got it.
Once you get a call, you can obviously do your stuff, do your thing.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. And now the final, before final question, how is the job market in Florida?
It's good. Obviously, not as good in California, but it's good. There are big companies here. Like there's Citrix, there's obviously FedEx. I think there is a what's that? There's KPMG, there's PNG, all those companies in Miami. PwC. So in Miami, Orlando, Tampa, these 3-4 cities, they have a lot of companies. Fort Lauderdale, there are a lot of companies. Plus Florida is cheap, like really cheap. Considering that's cheap. So yeah, it's a pretty good place to work. Like first to starting out.
Have you this is curious, have you visited any other state other than?
Yeah, I have. So I recently, not many. Recently, last year we went on a trip to Georgia, the Tennessee. Tennessee, for the Smoky Mountain, for fall colors or something. Yeah, I went there. That was it was a good trip. Yeah, that's it. I have not went anywhere else.
No, I was gonna ask you if you like California versus Florida, but you already said that you haven't visited to California.
Oh yeah.
And what about your classmates? Like, does everybody have a job or internship or?
So most of the American people have their job.
Talking
if just Indians, for the Indians, I think for the fall guys, most of the fall guys I know have a internship right now. The ones who came with me, I think just there are 2-3 of them who doesn't have an internship, but they have a lot of interviews lined up. So probably they will get it in the next 3 or 4 interview. So they mostly will get an internship before like summer.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Oh, one more. Sorry. Thank you. You don't have to give me your salary, but what's the salary range for this position for internship?
So internship in not just in Florida, the salary range is around $35 to $40 per hour, obviously hour, $40 per hour. And so for Facebook, I remember they were giving me $60 per hour, because it was in like Seattle. It was in Menlo Park, California. So it was $60. Because obviously it's expenses higher. And here in Florida, I think it's the range is around 35 to 40. Okay. I think it's pretty good, because considering they don't have state tax.
I think it's 1 second. It's really good just because in California, I mean, especially from Chico, like I would say in Chico, my city, we have like 15 to 25. So compared to that, it's really good. Plus your expenses is low. Plus the taxes is super nice. I mean, I'm assuming you don't have to pay state tax.
No, there's no state tax.
Right.
Even if there is, it's really low. It is really low.
Yeah. So that's super cool. I mean, I'm so impressed. Awesome, man. Do you have any tip for the students who are studying right now and how to?
So speaking of tips, so this thing happened to me and is happening everywhere around me, like my roommates and stuff. So people who are coming here from India are really getting depressed.
Yeah.
So because first of all, most of us are coming from cities, right? I come from Calcutta, they're from Mumbai and stuff. And Gainesville is it's a small town. There is, if you go outside, if you have to wait for 15 minutes, maybe you can see one guy. So people here get lonely and really depressed. So if anyone's watching from UF or anyone or anywhere, just if you want to talk, just give me a call in my Instagram or something, because like I've been there, I've done that. So we can grab a beer or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So just give me a text, because it's people are going back home. They're so pretty depressed. So
yeah.
That's it. That's about it.
That's the only tip.
That's right. Don't get depressed. Don't get depressed.
Yeah. And what about the academic career tip? Like, do you have any for them?
Academic career, I think thing is just keep at it. There is nothing, since we as Indian students are way more accustomed to handling pressure than anyone else.
Yes.
And we have been in pressure from first grade. So I don't think this is too much. I don't think this is too much. You can easily handle this.
Yeah.
They know there is, like, if you go to class regularly, you listen to the professors, is a piece of cake. Honestly, yes, the job market and the internships are tough, obviously tough, but if you just work smartly, and if you just work hard, I think anything is possible. So
You
just
gotta
kind of work hard.
and keep smiling.
Yeah, that's it. Just work hard, and that's it. There's no alternative to it.
Yeah.
There's no like go to career fairs. Like honestly, I haven't networked much. This is me. I haven't networked much, honestly, because I'm kind of shy. I don't network well, because this year this career fair I was kind of like I won't go, because for the last two career fair I was going, they were checking out my CV. They were like, "Oh yeah, still get CV, but never got a call." So it was like kind of depressing. So I was like, "No, I'm not gonna go." But yeah, just keep at it, keep applying. That's it. There is nothing. There is no rocket science. Just keep at it. That's all.
Yeah. Things will work out on its own.
Yeah. And just also one more thing. Like when you come to US, just keep that whole Hollywood mindset away, because people who come to America, they are saying, "Oh, New York City, LA." That's not how it is. So just keep that out.
Yeah,
just keep that out of it.
Man, that is so true. Yeah, no, I know. A lot of students who came to Chico. Chico is like very small, very similar.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh my God, this is like a small village."
So, yeah, like when you come to US, don't think it's gonna be New York City and Hollywood. It's not.
Yeah, I know. And I think the depression is one, they see less people. Two, they are not used to doing all the work on their own.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Just learn to cook by yourself. You'll save a lot of money.
Learn to cook a lot of Yeah. No, I think this is awesome, man. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for calling me.
Yeah, of course. And can I leave your, what do you want, LinkedIn or Instagram or both?
You can leave both anywhere. I have a unique name, so they can find me anyway.
Awesome. Until our next episode.
Keep hustling, keep smiling.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, man. Thanks for doing this.
No problem, man. Thank you.